Mr. Prime Minister, we have about 5,000 young people a week that are dying in that ridiculous war.
In a cabinet meeting alongside Norwegian Prime Minister Jonas Støre, President Trump took press questions about whether a peace deal is truly within reach and what it might cost.
You know, I started out because I didn't like all the money that we were paying, and then I realized how many people were dying. And that's by far the more important element right now.
The urgency comes after Russia launched its deadliest assault on Kyiv in 9 months earlier this week, killing 12 and injuring 90. President Trump responded online, telling Russia's Vladimir Putin to, quote, stop, and calling the timing very bad.
He's always playing everyone, is really what we should know, because he's been in power since 1999 as prime minister, president since 2000, and he's developed really an iron grip on the state of Russia. Certainly when he's interacted with any previous U.S. president, there's always an angle.
Dr. Gahr, professor of international studies at Cedarville University, says any real breakthrough depends on Putin's willingness to back down.
We're putting a lot of pressure on Russia, and Russia knows that, and some people that are close to it know, or he wouldn't be talking right now.
What concessions has Russia offered up thus far to get to the point where you're closer to peace?
Stopping the war, taking the whole country. Pretty big concession.
A leaked peace proposal from the Trump administration includes territorial concessions, including formal recognition of Crimea as Russian territory, informal Russian control over the Donbass, restoration of Ukrainian access to the Dnieper River, and U.S. oversight over the Zaporizhzhia nuclear plant. Ukraine's President Zelensky drew Trump's anger when he said he can't agree to giving up Crimea.
This is a non-starter for Zelensky, but it is the negotiating position of the Trump administration. So it's 4 parts. Both would have to give up something, but that's the negotiating position that the vice president laid out.
The violence continues as a senior Russian general was killed in a car bomb attack in Moscow this morning. But the threat of escalation doesn't stop at Russia's border. North Korea has already sent troops to fight with Russia, and now there's reports that America's top rival is now stepping onto the battlefield.
Ukrainian President Zelensky noted 155 Chinese soldiers on the ground in Russia. 2 have been captured in Ukraine and are prisoners of war. That is certainly an escalation.
Vice President J.D. Vance said that if both sides don't agree, America will walk away from the peace process. The president said he has a timetable in mind, but isn't giving any details. Brody Carter, CBN News.